Yo people, you telling me it's your boy Revs. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. And yes, you've guessed it, I'm making a beat today. I mean, there's no surprise. Anyways, today's going to be more of a tutorial type video, not just a cook up, because I wanted to show you lot how I layer my melodies properly. You know, we're going to go into detail how to make a bang, crisp. We're talking Big Mac layers, we're talking Big Mac with bacon layers, proper layers, like ogres.
Ogres have layers, onions have layers. You get it. We both have layers.
So yeah, let's get into it. So this is the MIDI sample I've been working on. Just nice and mellow. There it is. I just wanted it to have like a little bit of an alien vibe, something a bit spacey, so I just added, actually this is a stock plugin in Alchemy. So if you go to Alchemy, they've got a huge bank of different sounds. So you got I used Dusty Record Synth just to give it that spacey feel, and it also had like that vinyl texture to it, so it was a win-win. And now what I'm gonna do is, because the chord progression doesn't punch as much as I'd like it to, I've got a random piano just brought in here, and I just think that this will make the chord progression itself hit harder. So I'm just going to take out some of these counter melody notes just to make sure that it's only the chord progression that I'm going to be working on. I might actually scale up this chord progression here. Yeah. That didn't work, but that's the thing with music. You try it out, if it doesn't work, try it again. There you go. Now you can hear the chord progressions punching a lot more, and it still sounds spacey, old vinyl. Alright, with these two, what I usually do with my synth, what I'm going to do is just take out some of this low, because if I take it out, it just sounds super dark, almost like a sub bass. So I've taken out some of the low ends just to make those high notes pop a bit more. And with my Stanway piano, is pretty basic. Take out some of the low end, might take a bit less out. And I find that the mid ranges of pianos are like the sweet spots. So what I've done is just raised a little bit around the 800 hertz mark, 1k hertz, and I've taken out some of the high end just because it's not very prominent, and I wanted to make room for when I add my hi-hats and snares, I think, as well. You might think I'm done, but I feel like this chord progression needs more atmosphere. It needs to sound full. It doesn't sound full yet, and this is what loads of producers don't do. This is all they would do. They'd make a chord progression, make a counter melody, put it together, and just add their drums and 808s. But what I've learned over the last couple of weeks is that a melody is the main source of attraction to a rapper. And if you're trying to sell your beats to rappers, then you need to make sure that your melody bangs and it just sounds good in general. So I'm just going to put a couple more layers on here just to make sure that it sounds really full. So I've got another atmospheric pad. The attack is very low on it because I want it to start slow, rise up, back down as it goes into the next chord. Also, I'm just going to add some reverb to it. Just double check the EQ. Find that sweet spot in the mid range. And this is not going to be a prominent sound. It's literally just a back layer. You wouldn't be able to fully hear it, but it makes sure that you have that layer and you have that detail in your melody. So I'm just going to copy this over again. I've got another sound here. This is called the plectrum pad. All of these sounds, by the way, are stock plugins. I just wanted to show you all that you don't need to spend shitloads of money on VSTs just to make a good sounding melody. You can use stock plugins, which is what I'm using today. So this is just more, I would say this is a bit like the Dusty synth from Alchemy, but this one's more pad like, and that's why this one's turned up a bit more. Again with the EQ, I've taken out the low end and I've taken out some of the high end. I just wanted to peak that mid-range. Again, the reason I take out lots of low end in my melodies is because when you take out your low end, it will make sure that it has room for when you add your kick and your 808. Because if you don't take out some of your low end, when you do add your 808 and kick, it will just be really muddy and it won't sound crisp, which is what you're going for, especially if you're trying to sell to rappers. Alright, let's hear how all this sounds together just to make sure it sounds nice, make sure it sounds crisp. I feel like these bits of the chord progression turned up a little bit with the velocity just to make sure it hits, because I feel like it's a nice melodic part of the chord progression. So let's try that. There you go. And that's it. These are all stock plugins in Logic Pro. I've not bought any new VSTs. I haven't experimented with any free VSTs for that matter. These are all stock plugins in Logic Pro, and I just wanted to give it to you lot to show you that you don't need to spend loads of money on different VSTs to make your sound crisp. You can do it with most sounds in Logic Pro. So yeah, if you like these sort of tutorial type videos, let me know down in the comments below. Subscribe down below, comment what you think. Like the video as well. I didn't say that at the beginning, but make sure that you please like the video if you enjoy this content. Hope you lot enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.